Put them here, this in the center. That's one. I am so keen myself about truffle that I make provision to be buried on truffle. I don't care how much they cost. I have 3 dishes. The first one, we do it very quickly, is the beef. So you clean a fillet of beef. Carpaccio, or the carne all'albese, which is a very similar thing, they do it usually in hotels and restaurants by freezing the meat in order to cut it very, very thin. But I discovered one thing, that by freezing it, water comes in. So I prefer to put it between 2 sheets of plastic and beating it to let it become very thin, edible, as thin as you like it. Just don't break it. Incidentally, I tried to use the fillet of venison. It's wonderful. You could use even fillet of kangaroo, why not? You see, it's very, very thin. So, and it has a better taste. So bear in mind that in my mof cuisine, it is something that everybody of you can do. There's no tricks. Above all, it's for me important is the possibility to do it yourself. Lovely. Incidentally, the idea of the carpaccio, do you know where it comes from? Carpaccio is a painter. And the first carpaccio was made in the Harris Bar in Venice for a lady that visited the carpaccio exhibition, and she was very pale, an English lady. And in Italy is known that for regaining all the colors in the face and so on, you need to eat raw beef. Best if it's raw horse. So the lemon practically cooks the meat. So it is already cured when you do it like this. In fact, it will be this color a little bit of oil. And this is carne all'albese, bit of salt, pepper. So how easy it is to prepare a dish like this. So the carne all'albese, if you go to Alba with a white truffle, would be this one here. Otherwise, you can put parmesan, shaven. This is the dish. Just because we need, what do you call it, garnish. So simple, it doesn't go. And it is really delicious because the lemon and the oil, they have treated it, the salt, it's enough, and the truffle does the rest, so that it's a complete dish. You don't need to put anything else there. We do the raviolo surprise. So the pasta has been made here. You can do it before, but then keep it in a foil. You have to take a little bit of flour. Need a knife. Yes. I need just 2 sheets of pasta. So it has to amalgamate well, and you do it until you have a very thin. There we are. But because we have the good friend there, the truffle, so I cut a thicker slice. So, and now we mix this clever thing here with a little bit of the ricotta. So usually I put a little bit of spinach Here there we are, blanch. That's enough, this one. So we put the spinach as well, salt. We have a lovely, lovely mixture with truffle and spinach. Incidentally, there is a dish in Genoa. They're called handkerchiefs, silk handkerchiefs. And they're big as that, and you cook them, and you do it with pesto. And it's wonderful. Wonderful. If you have a round cutter, it's great. Piping bag. You let it go up to here. You squeeze a little bit more. Then you cut the top like this. Now, this is the So we have the filling with the spinach here. Yeah. Oops. There you are. Now the other one, and we covered a little bit of water. So usually you put egg wash, but I prefer just the water because the egg wash makes another layer in between. Oops. A little bit of, so to seal it well. It's very primitive what I'm doing here, but you can do it. I like primitive things. Now, do you see? Now you put it to the boil. The water where you boil pasta. In my book, I have 13 rules to cook pasta. Has to be salted in the ratio of 10 grams of salt per liter of water. Now it cooks for 2, 3, 4 minutes. Do we have a little bit of butter? Yes. And the pan. Wonderful. You see, that's when a chef understands what this is about. Usually, fresh pasta like that, it takes 2, 3 minutes. So the importance is not to let become the yolk solid. Usually, I put a little bit of sage. Butter and sage is always a good combination. So the egg, I think, is done. The raviolo. You drain it. You put it in the plate like this. And then a little bit of that wonderful stuff here. Again, a little bit of parmesan. I prefer the Parmigiano Reggiano because the Grana Padano melt too much. So you have the foamy sauce that you put on top without. And this is the uovo, the raviolo sorpresa, surprise, because when that's finished, but when you cut it then, like this, look at this. It's wonderful. There it is. That's really a lovely, lovely dish. You have to have just a bit of time. Not many guests, obviously. You can do it for 90, 100, or whatever. Now, we do gnocchi. Should be a floury potato reduced to a puree. What variety was it? Desiree. 50 grams of flour. An egg. There you are. Easy. This is also very easy. But if you do it, don't do it long in advance because they become soggy and heavy. Now, usually in restaurants, you find gnocchi like this. I do something, I press a little bit here to get a shape outside. This is to collect more sauce. That's a minimal little thing, but it's lovely because I don't like them just square as they are. So in 2 minutes, gnocchi are ready. And funnily enough, the cooking got so quick. But the relation of the flour and the potato has to be good. So 800 grams of potato, 200 grams of flour, 1 egg. That's all. You see, for me, cooking, it's a game. I like, and that's why with 77 years, I'm still sort of fussing around. And it's lovely because the result is always nice and you can make people happy. Look at this. So this is the pesto as it is here. Here's missing a little bit of oil. We put a little bit of oil, yes, like this, which is made with pine kernels, basil, and garlic, sort of in a wonderful mortar. Now I show you what to do when you have a pesto like this, and the preparation, even when you have a pesto out of the tin, yes, that's fine. Just a little bit warm. I add a little bit of water. Yes, it shouldn't cook, you know, it should just be warm and a little bit more fluid. So keep it there. Now, the wonder of the gnocchi, cooking the gnocchi, is fantastic because you put in the boiling water, and when they come to the surface, they are cooked. It goes almost instantly, and it is fantastic. There you are. Now you see they're boiling, and they're coming to the surface. Incidentally, obviously, instead of the pesto, you can use truffle again. And they're starting, do you see them? They're starting to come up. Yeah, they're all at the surface. We scoop them out. We put in the pesto. We give it a sort of stir. And they are soft and nice. This is a gnocchi alla genovese. There you are. That's it. So you come to your third dish. Thank you for listening, for seeing, for looking, watching. You know, it's lovely to do a demonstration for people that they pay attention. Probably. A bit of salt. When they're light like this, I call them angel's farts. Ethereal, lovely, but from angels.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you, Antonio.
Pleasure. There it is.